Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Martin here from Rip Kodiak. Your favorite Chad from Poland is back. What's poppin', guys? Welcome back. So today, on this beautiful day, I'm gonna tell you why attractive men attract the wrong women. And it's something that's rather unpopular to talk about, but it's a real phenomenon, man. I swear to God. I've certainly experienced this. And this happens for a multitude of reasons. So today, I'm gonna cover 4 points to be exact. And, I'm just gonna, get right to the video, man. So, without a further ado, let's get to it, okay? First of all, number one, you have to understand that when you're physically attractive as a man, a lot of women are gonna be drawn to you for the wrong reasons. They're gonna be drawn to your looks and your physical appeal, rather than your personality or your skill set, your value as a man. And you're not going to hear this anywhere else, man. I swear to God. Nobody talks about this. Why? Because a lot of guys that talk about these topics, they have no real life experience. And I can tell you, as a handsome man, guys, especially on dating apps or on social media, a lot of the women that are very much into you, they're into you for the wrong reasons. Okay? These women, bro, they tend to be very, very superficial. These are the types of women who are very much into money, status, fame, or physical appeal in general. And, they're not really gonna get to know you as a man. They're not gonna wanna be that close to you. They just want to be around you because you're tall, you're sexy, you're attractive, right? Because let's be real, man, you're a status symbol. It's you're a walking social proof, okay? So a lot of these women, they tend to be very, very superficial, and they're only gonna judge you based on surface level metrics, like your height, your looks, or whatever it is, right? And it's, bro, especially today in 2025, it's a very, very unfair game. This is why so many men are struggling in dating, because most women, they're just going after the top 10% men, right? And this leaves a whole bunch of men who are angry, they're pissed, and they're not getting any women, okay? So the bottom line is this: a lot of the women that you're gonna attract, they're gonna be the wrong women, okay? Which actually leads me to my next point, number 2. These types of women, bro, they tend to have so much insecurity, and they're gonna test you constantly, especially the women that message you first. Because, bro, make no mistake, a lot of these women, they will hit you up. They will approach you in real life, or particularly on dating apps. They're gonna shoot their shot. They're gonna send some stupid DM your way. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of these women, they're just looking for your validation. Because, bro, you have to get this: when you're attractive, you're like a special vehicle. You're a premium automobile. And when this chick is with you and she's walking around with you, bro, that's a huge ego boost for her. She's gonna be able to, flex with you, bro. She's gonna flaunt you to her girlfriends. And you have no idea how entitled some of these women can get, when they're with you for one time or once or whatever it is, right? This is why so many women are entitled today, because they've slept around, they hung out with this one attractive man once, right? And then at some point, for either way, there's a high chance that guy dropped her or he dumped her or whatever it is. And she thinks she's on his level, but she's not, okay? And so the fact of the matter is, you're gonna attract a lot of women who have a lot of insecurities. They're going to be toxic. They're going to be, very superficial. And, they're like a hot potato, man. I'm telling you, they're not good wifey material. I mean, especially if you're a young man, you can spin the wheel. Of course, man. You can date around, you can sleep around if that's your thing. But in terms of looking for a high quality girl, they're not going to be attracted to you. Because the thing is, we attractive men, we have there are a lot of, rumors about us. People have a certain perception of us. Just look at how all these attractive guys are presented on social media or in movies, right? We're always the jerks, the bad guys. We're harassing the women, we're dumping them, we're sleeping around, we're cheating on them. They're usually players, right? They're arrogant, they're cocky, they're manipulative. And so a lot of women grow up with that kind of belief or that kind of preconceived notion that you're going to be just like that. Even though you can be completely different. But these girls are not going to get it. So that's the bottom line. And so, like, bro, like I'm telling you, like so many of these girls, especially if you start talking to them on social media, they're going to constantly test you. They're going to, be slow with the replies. They're going to play hard to get. They're going to test you constantly, bro. And it is not cool. I'm not saying all women are like that, okay? But there's going to be a big portion of women who are going to pretend like they're a lot more than what they actually are. So, number 3. A lot of these women that you're going to attract, they thrive on conflict and drama. Guys, let's put it on the line. As we all know, most women are emotional creatures. Their emotions go up and down, okay? Sometimes they're really hot and sometimes they're really cold. And especially the women that are really, really attracted to you, right from the get-go. The type of women that will approach you first, or the type of women that will shoot their shot at you. Guys, they tend to be so toxic. I'm not kidding. And any guy who has any experience with women, you will agree with me here. And so, and this drives me nuts, man. Because, especially when I'm seeing these videos with all these, black pillars who think that it's all about looks and being tall or whatever, right? The thing is, when y'all are, okay, hear me out. Pay close attention to this. When y'all are watching these types of videos where you have these men that are, doing these types of, experiments with chads and what have you, yeah, they're going to get a lot of matches and they're going to get a lot of likes. But you never get to see the type of women that they match with. They never show their pictures, never. And most of the women that will be very, very attracted to you are women who are way below your league. Okay, I get a lot of matches on dating apps. I get a lot of likes. In fact, I had one friend who came over. He's from London. He was, on a little trip in Warsaw. He was like, "Hey, Martin," because he changed his location and everything on a dating app, and he started getting a lot of matches. I think he got a lot. He got pretty good results, and he was like, "Martin," and I straight up looked at his phone, and he was like, "All these girls are, bro, they're average." And I was like, "Yeah, out of I don't know, 200 girls that he matched with, maybe only 5 of them were 7s." And that's my point. You're going to attract a lot of the low-value women who are ugly, women who are entitled, women who are usually very, promiscuous, right? And they're not the types of women you want to be with. They're reeking insecurity, and they thrive on a lot of the conflict, drama, and they're just not viable, okay? Number 4, you have to understand that most of the connections that you're gonna have with women are gonna be surface level. It comes down to surface level compatibility. Most women, because this is the thing that drives me bonkers. Most of the women that are high quality, they're gonna completely overlook you, man. They're gonna check you off. Why? Again, it goes back to my previous point. A lot of the high quality women that you want, bro, they're gonna completely overwrite you, because they're gonna think that you're a cheater, that you're a liar, that you're this and that, and that you're not gonna take them seriously. And that's how it is. They have these assumptions, and it makes it really, really difficult. And so that's how it is, man. That's what it comes down to. And yeah, I know someone's going to come at me. "Oh, Martin, you're bullshitting. I know this one attractive man and he's getting all these baddies, blah, blah, blah." Okay. That might be the case. I don't know. We all have, there's exceptions here. But as a general rule of thumb, most of the women that will shoot their shot at you, most of the women who will want to date you, they're far below you, bro. They're on a whole different boat. And so it can be a difficult job, bro, honestly. And these types of women are going to overlook a lot of the qualities about you, especially if you're really good looking, you're tall, you have, you're in the upper echelon when it comes to looks, physical traits, and so on. A lot of women are going to completely, like, your looks and your physical appeal is going to overshadow a lot of the qualities, like your value, your confidence, your skills, your social skills. And most people will completely overlook those, right? They're just going to focus on your looks, especially women, bro. They're going to notice you, I'm telling you. And it's a real pain in the ass, especially if you're a good man. Because I'm telling you, like, especially if you meet a high quality woman, I feel like, guys, and please, comment down below if you agree with me here. I feel like when it comes to the really, really high quality women, I feel like we have to try much harder. I feel like we have to, like, prove ourselves in a way. Why? Because it comes with the stigma. It comes with the preconceived notions and beliefs, And it definitely makes it harder in a way. Okay? So, bro, I'm just completely, I want to completely reject the premise that good looks will attract you a whole bunch of women. No. They're going to attract a whole bunch of low-value women. Yeah, for sure. But I think that, especially here in Poland or in Eastern Europe in general, most of the really beautiful women are rarely with a really good-looking man. And you're going to see this, bro. If you don't believe me, come here. Book a trip and see it for yourself. Okay, I'm not kidding here. So, what's the fix to all of this, guys? I think, and this comes, like, in my opinion, this comes down to experience. Like, you have to be able to filter the bad women from the good women. And it's the vetting process. You have to vet them properly. I actually want to share a little story here. A couple of months ago, I think it was like 2 months ago, I was on a date with this chick, bro. She was really hot. She actually, approached me first, which is a rare thing. Like, most of the women that will approach you first, they're usually ugly. But this girl was an exception. She was really hot. She looked like Margot Robbie, like a brunette Margot Robbie type of chick. She was tall, and we had a good time. And she actually messaged me first, and she was spamming me in the DMs. So anyway, she was sending me, clips of her when she was driving her car. She was, speaking to the camera as she was driving, in the morning, like, at 7 in the morning, like, what's going on? Okay. And this was before she even met me. So anyway, I go on this date with this chick, and it was cool. Okay. It was nothing, it was, a typical good date. And so later, I was a little bit off social media, and she started messaging me, and I didn't respond to her DMs. And sooner or later, bro, like a couple days later, she blocked me. And this just proves my point. A lot of the women that will be drawn to you, they're going to have a lot of toxic tendencies. And they're not wifey material. Even though she was really hot, in her mind, bro, inside her mind, she was screwed up. She was not like a high value woman. So that just proves my point. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. To sum it up, you have to vet these women, and it comes with experience. So date women and look for patterns, because there's going to be a commonality with some of these chicks. And don't just focus on looks, because, like, looks can be deceiving. And so anyway, guys, that's about it. Please check out my Instagram account, and I'm going to wrap it up here. See you guys.